Good morning, everybody. We are live. At least I have my fingers crossed that we are live. You never know with technology. But this morning I am welcoming Jackie and Zoe, and I'm going to put a big warning sign right at the top of this live. We might be a little bit giddy and excitable. So if you're not into giddy and excitable, then you can have a free pass. But please don't go too soon, because we want to talk to you about the Fearless You Retreat. Now, I've never organised a retreat before, but I've been on loads. But this is a chance for you to get confident in yourself and walk away feeling like you've had a big shot of energy, because you're going to get the three of us live in person on the South Coast in May the 16th, which is my birthday. And
there'll legit be cake. There has to be cake.
Gotta be cake.
I'll make a cake. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make a really big chocolate cake. Hell yes.
Okay, so what we're here to do this morning is just to give people a little bit of a flavour of where we're going, what we're going to do, and why it's really important. Now, I can't answer the where we're going question because I haven't been. So I'm going to pass over to Jackie and Zoe, and they can tell you where this retreat is actually going to be taking place, because you need to know where you're coming to. Who wants to go?
Gosh.
Go on, Jackie.
Okay, so the retreat is happening at the literal stunning Florence House. It's in Seaford on the South Downs. So if any of you know the South Coast, you'll know the South Downs. If you don't, it is like the most picturesque, beautiful hills right on the seafront. Oh my gosh, like it's just gorgeous. And the house itself, like Zoe and I went there to go and view it. The house itself has got the best energy about it. It's so
just got a lovely vibe, hasn't it? It's beautiful.
So peaceful. Yeah. The walled garden, Zoe, I mean,
I'm really looking forward to eating food in the walled garden. And I think one of the amazing things is that a lot of their produce for the meals we're going to have come from the garden that's just outside the walled garden. And then they're going to cook it in the house, and then we're going to eat it in the walled garden if the weather's beautiful, which I'm sure it will be. It's all set in its own gardens. It's got a yurt on site, so we can do some of our yoga in the yurt, which is just going to be amazing. And it's just got this really nice sort of magical energy to it. So that retreat venue, that's what they do there. So there's all those sort of, that energy from all those previous groups in there as well. And it's a place that's got a real big heart. So yeah, it feels really soulful when you're in there. So I'm really looking forward to in there.
I think it's really important as well to say that we have got the whole place to ourselves. So we're not sharing it with other people who are there on their own retreats or anything like that. We've booked the whole house. And other than the lovely people who are going to be helping prepare the food, it's going to be us only. So I think that's really important to say, because I've been on a retreat before and I've had to share the space with other people, and you think, I don't fancy this. Weird. Okay, so Jackie, tell me what the overall vibe is going to be, because you're a bit crazy. So...
I mean, it's going to be this. That's the vibe. Okay, so no, to be fair, it's not going to be this all the time. There's going to be a mixture of vibe going on. So we really wanted, when we put this together, I remember the first conversation that the three of us had, we were saying we really want this to be a life-changing experience for people. So we want them to walk away feeling confident, but authentically themselves. They can stand in their truth and be like, this is who I am. This is the business I run. This is how I want to do life. This is what it's all about. And we've kind of built in everything around that kind of theme of making people feel really confident. And for those of you that kind of don't know all of us, obviously Zoe, she's on this side of me, is is a qualified yoga instructor. So we've got the most amazing well-being yoga. For those of you who don't know as well, Zoe and I are legit cold water swimmers that go swimming in really, really cold water. And Stacey used to swim nationally, internationally, I don't even know, both of them. So we're planning like an early morning swim, we're planning sunrise yoga, like we're doing paddle boarding, which is one of my favorite things. And like there's all of these incredible experiences that we wanted to build in. So it's not just coming away and sitting in a classroom and learning some things about yourself. It's actually going out and doing things that show you how friggin' incredible you are.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to say as well that it's not just loads of information, because I've been on lots of like workshops and things where people give me loads of information and I have the knowledge, but it doesn't really make any difference. So sort of my bit is like the mind body bit, so it's actually embodying the stuff. So sometimes you have the knowledge and you think, well, that's really useful, I'll implement that, and then you don't. But we've talked about feeling confident and feeling authentic. So we're actually, that's not something you know in your head, it's something you feel in your heart and your body. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to become the you that you want to be in your life and your business. So that for me is really exciting, because that's what changes the game. That's the being, is the person. That's what's going to make the biggest difference, I think. That's why it's going to be life-changing from my point of view. So that's what I'm really excited about.
And what we've created is we've created space for learning. So there will be some workshops where it is sort of getting some information from us and transcribing it into your own business, your own life, your own project, your own charity, whatever it is you're doing, but taking that information, and then there will be time to implement. This is not going to be, we teach you, we take you on an adventure, and then we drop you back off again. We're going to give you time to implement it, to sort of ask us questions. We are staying at the retreat venue with you. So you will have the three of us on tap at breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can pick our brains, you can ask us questions, you can get into those conversations with us. And then if you buy a ticket before the 16th of February, you will also get the opportunity to get one of the early bird slots, which is you can choose which one of the three of us, pick me, which one of the three of us you would like to have a 1 hour in-person coaching session with. Now, that's super valuable because, okay, for the last 2 years, we've all done our businesses online. We've all coached people online and it works brilliantly. But you know what? Sitting in a room with somebody and actually having that conversation and reading the body language and looking in your eyes, I, for one, am so excited about doing that in-person style of teaching and coaching again. So if you do buy before the 16th of February, everybody who does will get 1 hour with one of us, and you choose. So if everybody chooses Jackie, then Zoe and I can go for a swim.
What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
If everybody chooses Zoe, Jackie and I are off to go and do something else. It doesn't really matter. We are super flexible, and we will make it work. Whoever chooses what. But I just wanted to add something here because I have never done a second of yoga in my life. I have never been on a paddleboard. The idea of like standing on some kind of flimsy thing in the water freaks me out. But you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I am going to give it a try. I'm going to do exactly what Zoe said. I'm going to embody the change I want to see. And do you know what? If the sunrise yoga really doesn't float my boat on day 2 or day 3, then I'm going to come and join you, and I'll sit and write out some gratitude. I'll do some affirmations. I'll do some journaling while everybody else is yogaing. Is that a word? Yogaing?
We'll say yes.
Yeah. For now it is, yeah.
I just want to make it really clear to anybody who's watching is we are not going to be like prison wardens with sticks and kind of beating you into doing all the different activities. The idea is that there is something for everybody. And whilst we will be the cheerleaders encouraging you to do it all, you get to choose. If you sort of say, do you know what, I really, really, really just need an extra half hour on my own this morning, then you have an extra half hour on your own. We are not going to call you out on that or anything. So I just wanted to say that because I've never done yoga. And Zoe scares me sometimes when she talks about yoga.
Honestly, if you've got a body and you can breathe, you can do the sort of yoga that I do. Okay, it's not all about headstands and backflips and stuff. It's literally about embodying your own body and being confident in it and knowing where it is.
I'd like to also put it out that I do yoga and I've never done a handstand or a backflip.
There you go. There's No need to.
I'm feeling a bit better about the yoga piece, but I think we're all going to run our own sort of specialized expertise workshop. So I am a specialist and I'm an expert in telling stories. So we're gonna have a storytelling circle in the yurt or in front of the fire, depending what the weather's doing. Personally, it's on the night of my birthday, so I would love it to be outside so I can see the moon and watch the stars. But if it's raining, we'll do it in the yurt. But we're going to have a storytelling circle, and that's all about you showing up and being a little bit vulnerable. I want to start peeling away the layers of the onion that you have wrapped yourself up in, and I want to start peeling those layers away. And then
the thing like that's really important, I think, as well, is like when you talk about that, I can feel the inside of my body going, oh, that's gonna feel really uncomfortable. And like this is the beauty of having the three of us, is every single one of us is an expert in what we do. And the other two of us that are going to be taking part in those sessions is going to be just as vulnerable as everybody else sitting in the room, you know, doing the yoga or planning the business or listening to the story and telling their story. Like, we are going on this journey with you. It's not a case of like all of us have just like cracked life and we're perfect at what we do. Like, we're all still on our own journeys. And that's what's so special about this. Like, I cannot wait for the storytelling circle. Like, I think it's going to be incredible, especially if we are under the moon in front of a huge fire. But everything inside me is screaming, going, oh my gosh, being vulnerable in front of that many people is going to be hard.
And you know what? This isn't meant to be easy either. And that's the whole joy of a retreat like this. You will be pushed out of your comfort zone, people. And I think that's really important to say. I'm going to be pushed out of my comfort zone because someone's going to make me stand on a paddleboard or yoga or make me get in the sea and swim. And you know what? That's okay. But I'm also going to be pulled out of my comfort zone because I know that Zoe's going to talk about confidence and some of the fears that we attach and what stops us being confident. And I know there's stuff in me that sort of my heart's going, oh, okay, I'm going to have to work there. So I think the whole joy of this retreat is you will come away changed, whether it's changed as the business you want to run, clarity in what you need to do going forward, whether it's your self-confidence, whether it's that ability to show up and be vulnerable, something will be ticking a box for you. And we've made it that way so that we are covering a huge amount in 4 days, 3 nights, all in one place and all together. There's a magic that happens when women get together. And I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. And it's okay to be vulnerable, especially when you know you're with a circle of women who've all got you. So we're going to be holding the space for everybody, but also everyone who comes is going to be holding the space for each other so that it's safer to be vulnerable when everybody's being vulnerable, isn't it? And that's what I think is going to be. You're going to be part of something that's going to be hugely magical. And yeah, I'm going to be pushing you out of your comfort zones when it comes to the fear stuff. Looking deep. We're going deep, ladies. It's going to be amazing because that's what's stopping you. And when you get rid of some of that deep stuff, when you work through it, that's when you get the lightness, and that's when you get the magic as well, because it's going to move you, in a real deep kind of way. So these 3 things in combination is going to be like and because it's away from your everyday life and the hustle and bustle and the chaos that is, I don't know about you, but my family life is quite chaotic. But it's going to be like we don't have to worry about the washing up. We don't have to worry about who's got what shoes on or anything like that. It's just you. And how many of us get that opportunity that frequently?
Yeah. It's that full submersion, isn't it? Giving yourself the time to just fully go into that place where you can do the healing, that place where you can get the clarity. Because I mean, I know I am really big on my meditation, and I'll sit and meditate kind of every morning, but I've only got about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I never have a chance where I can just be like, I'm just going to meditate for the whole day because that's what I feel like doing. And it's one of those things, like when you're in your everyday, in your house, you've got the kids, the pets, the clients, whatever it is, it's not easy to just actually sit back and say, I'm just going to take this whole time for myself. And that's exactly what we want to give you, over, believe it or not, when we're trying to get this 4-day, 3-night. Is that right?
Yeah.
Trying to get that sentence right is the hardest thing for me. But over the 4 days, like, we really just want to give you pockets of time where you can really connect in with yourself and say, like, actually, this is the path I want to take. Like, this is the true version of me I want the world to see. This is the thing that's holding me back, and I want to release it and really show up for myself. And like, the thing I love about Florence House as well is there's so many pockets of great places where you can just go sit and like be by yourself. So they've got like this really amazing like corner nook that you can sit in. They've got a beautiful fireplace with like chairs all around it. They've got the conservatory. They've got the walled garden. They've got the yurt and the vegetable garden. They've got like the front end of the property where it's just like open fields. They've got the back end, which has got like the like the nice decking chairs and the fire pit. But like every single one of those places, like it just feels like you could sit there for a good hour and just lose yourself in that journey of yourself, which is just so special. And I am thinking that I might bring my hammock with me as well.
Oh, definitely. There's going to be places to put your hammock. And we're only about 3 minutes walk away from the beach as well. So if you want to get completely away from everybody and have some time for yourself and do maybe some of that meditative sort of walking stuff, the beach is literally just down a little sort of slipway. So we're going to be able to get into the sea for a morning dip and straight back, get nice and warm in front of the fire really quickly. So it is a beautiful space.
But I think it's really important to say that whilst we have packed loads into the 4 days, 3 nights, there is plenty of space to do that reflection and to do the work, and at the same time to connect with the other ladies who are on retreat with you and ask a question, to bounce an idea off, and the 3 of us will be there to do the same. And the practical details, you're getting full board accommodation, so there is no single supplement. So if you're coming on your own, then you get a room to yourself. There's enough rooms in the whole house for every person to have a room to themselves.
And if you want to share, you can as well.
Oh, absolutely.
You're welcome.
If it's you and a pal that want to come and do retreat together, let us know and we'll put you in a twin room. That's not a problem. But you will get all your food. So you'll get your dinner on the first night. You'll get breakfast, lunch and dinner on the Tuesday, breakfast, lunch and dinner on the Wednesday, and breakfast on the Thursday before you leave. That is all included in the price. There will be a workbook and some goodies from us that will be sort of appearing throughout the week as well. We're also arranging transport to and from the nearest train station. So actually getting to the retreat is covered as well. You have to get to the train station. So for me, I'm already trying to plan my journey. So I am over 800 miles away from where Jackie and Zoe are. So I have got to take 2 planes and a train to get to the train station. But you know what? When I get there, I can switch off. When I get there, I'm done with my traveling, and I'm going to be held in a really safe space, and I can just be. So I'm really looking forward to that. But the traveling, I have to plan and I have to organize, and I'm doing that now. So this is why we are talking about this now, because you might have to plan some travel. You might have to organize the kids, all the animals. You might have to think, like, do you know what? It's 4 days, 3 nights. I struggle with that one as well. And you might have to put that plan in place, and that's okay. We have to do what we have to do to get this time away. So there's Jackie, remind me, the payment plan, does that kick in this month?
Yes. So the full payment can obviously be paid at any point between now and May, but we've got a payment plan in place. So as of right now, you can pay over 4 installments. But as of the 1st of February, that's going to be going down to 3 installments. So you can get in at quite a steal at the moment over like monthly payments at like £277, which is quite a sort of manageable amount for a split.
The cost of the retreat in full is 1111. So it's £1,100, £1,111 is the full cost. And as Jackie says, you can split it 4 ways if you purchase before the 1st of February. And there's a very good reason for that, is we have an obligation to Florence House that we have to settle our bill before the retreat happens. So we're not taking the money and sitting on it. We're going to have to spend it. That's why the payment plan is how it is. But full transparency. And if anybody wants to talk to us about that, if anybody's a little bit unsure or they want to know when those payments are coming out or anything like that, then raise your hand, reach out, talk to any one of the three of us. And we would love to sort of have that discussion with you. And we've kind of skirted over the three main workshops. And I don't want to keep people for too long today. But so, Zoe, in a minute, what is your workshop about?
My workshop is understanding your deepest fears and embracing them and befriending them. Not trying to get over them, not trying to avoid them, befriending them, loving yourself through whatever fear it is that you've got, and coming out the other side stronger because you know that fuel, that fear is fuel and not a barrier anymore. That's what I'm going to be doing.
1 minute, Jackie.
Okay. So I'm going to be running a clarity workshop. So we're going to be looking at your business, specifically if you're in business. If you're not in business, as I know some of the people who have joined the retreat aren't, you can absolutely still come along, because we are going to be talking about how you make your business or work match the life that you want to live, and actually set yourself up to be ready for that success. Because so many people self-sabotage themselves once they get to the thing that they've been aiming to achieve, because they haven't prepared themselves to be ready to accept living that way. So we're going to be talking about how we get clarity in business and then prepare ourselves for all of that success.
And my workshop is all about showing up as your authentic, true self. So that's about being visible and being vulnerable in equal measure, showing some of the personal stuff, but keeping the private well hidden if you need to. It's all about being your authentic self. So that's what my main workshop is going to be about. So that's a very, very quick rundown. Us three excitable teenagers will be like bouncing around for the next few days, talking about the payment plan, letting you know what's available. We would love to welcome you on retreat with us. We are absolutely bouncing for this. I cannot wait. I will make sure there's a link that gets put in the chat box. It's over there on my screen, but I'll make sure the link goes with all of this. Any final words, Jackie, before we sign off and let people go back to their days?
Just join us. Like, that's it. Just join us. I'm excited.
And I have one final word. Like, if people are kind of interested, but there's something holding them back, that's why you need to come on the retreat. Because you want to get over the things that are holding you back from doing the things that you really want to do with your life. So if you're feeling like tempted, but there's something holding you back, then you really need it.
This is the retreat that you need.
And on that note, I can't add any more, other than the fact that if you fancy a real life hug from any one of us, then this is the way to do it. Thank you so much for joining me, Jackie and Zoe. Thank you for bringing and I knew we would, the crazy, mad, teenager style energy. This is what we breed off, and we feed off each other. And this is what the retreat will be bringing to everybody. So if anybody has any questions, please do not sit on the question. Please do not think, oh, that's a silly question. The girls will think I'm a bit crazy. No, ask your question. And as Zoe says, if there's something holding you back, then you need to join us. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you all very soon.